Well, the typical good news and bad. Good news, was this a good episode? I think you could legitimately call it a good episode. However, some bad news. Good episode, and I will be honest, even my predictions for this were mostly on point. Unfortunately, I'm going to get to the bad news, which includes myself. My predictions were fairly rock solid because they were pretty obvious. Some I took a little bit too much speculation because I assumed they would do something creative, and they did not do that because Ahsoka final episode for season 1 is just basically Lord of the Rings, which I said before, but no, not the books. Forget about the books don't matter. It's those movies, and not any other movies but the Peter Jackson movies. There are other Lord of the Rings movies, but those are the only movies that exist nowadays, right? From that standard, was this a good episode? Yes. But from a more critical standard, it's just kind of above average, just like those films are above average. You may call them great, you may call them masterpieces, you may call them 9 out of 10s or the greatest things in the world, but if we pay attention to simple things, they're not as good as people say they are. And to be fair on both sides, there were major editing errors with Peter Jackson and his works, and there were major editing errors in Ahsoka, and in this particular episode, one was pretty much destroying the entire season because apparently Ahsoka's lightsabers can magically regenerate themselves. Even if they break apart or are damaged, they are like Wolverine, they heal themselves. Many massive dilemmas with the plot, with consistency of characters and all that. But again, in terms of what the show is trying to do, which is give us more on Ahsoka and her background, I think they did a pretty excellent job. So we learned more about her and Sabine. And in general, it was strongly done. Special effects, performances, and all that. However, if we do ask some alarming questions about what is Thrawn up to, don't really know. What are those orange Jedi up to? Don't really know that either. And in place of that, we just got fan fiction, Lord of the Rings style, and imitating Peter Jackson. Not that good, frankly. And that's about it. But there were some nice cameos with a Skywalker, as I predicted. I won't reveal who, but I was correct, though I, again, gave Filoni too much credit. I thought he would do something creative. Yes, Lord of the Rings, but more creative. But no, we're going to be less creative and just have Ahsoka fight the Orko zombies, just like Jackson had Aragorn fight the Orko zombies or whatever those Orcos were. They were also self-generating clone people. Whatever. It was not creative, but it was well done. Much better done than the Peter Jackson films, but that's a pretty low standard.